Hello, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am live on my Facebook business page. Today is Friday. That means we're doing the Friday weekly wrap up. We'll get to that in just a moment. If you happen to be watching an archive on YouTube or Facebook or my website, tarotbychristiana.com, welcome. I won't be able to pull a card for you, but perhaps you will hear something that resonates for you. If you do, definitely take it as a reading for yourself. That's how these things work. Let me say hi to some of the people coming into the room right now. Ermit, nice to see you. Samantha, Jean, Karen Winkle, Neil, Elizabeth, nice to see you all here. Christina, glad you're here. Okay, so it's the Friday weekly wrap-up. Shelley, glad you're here. Let's get started, and we'll do a card for the collective, and then I'll do wrap-up cards for whoever asks for them. So if you'd like a wrap-up card, go ahead and ask. I see other people coming into the room. Let me say hi real quick. Teresa, Misty, Alicia, Marion, Avni, so happy to see you all. Cheryl Jefferson, glad you're here. See Dolores. Glad you're here. I will get to all the card requests. But first, a card for the collective. How was the week for the collective? The world. Well, you know, is this a great card or is it an ominous? That's the word I was looking for. An ominous card. It's such an interesting card. I feel like it is really clear that as a planet, we are experiencing some things all in common. No matter where you live, no matter what your political structure is, no matter what your economic structure is, we are all facing some similar things. Certainly the pandemic, but other things as well. And, you know, as much as there are conversations about globalism versus nationalism and all of that, the fact is we are all one planet. And for whatever reason, the energy this week seems to be one of, you know, we cannot avoid that fact. We cannot avoid the fact that we are all in this together. And maybe over the course of this week, some people really started to think about that. Maybe there have been some shifts energetically in terms of how we take care of each other and how we help each other. Why did I say this might be ominous? Because it is such a big card. It is such a big energy. And it really speaks to this idea that if we don't take care of each other and work together, you know, what is it? Either we work together or we perish separately. You know, there really is that energy when we think about this as a card for the collective, that either we have each other's backs or no one has our backs. And that's what it comes into. Oh, Marion, you know, you can always count on Marion. Marion K. Tarot on YouTube. You should subscribe to her. You can always count on her for the astrological perspective. Mercury went retrograde in Scorpio this week. Deep shifts are happening. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Thank you. I cannot tell you the number of times when I'm like really feeling the energy of a card and I'm like, ooh, what's this? And Marion will come in with her astrological take on it. And then suddenly it all makes sense. Okay. Very good. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so the first request that I see here is for Misty. I'll get to the requests in order as I see them. How was your week? Misty, the Knight of Cups reversed. There may be ways where you would have wanted to move forward that you weren't able to. You may have felt a little stuck, and that may have made you a little unhappy. This may have been a difficult week in some way. That's okay. We have more weeks. Next week will be better. Okay, let's see. Marion, how was your week this week? The Five of Swords. It was a struggle. It was a battle, but I think it's a battle you are winning. Jean Mnuchin, how was your card? How was your card? We'll find out how your card was. How was your week? The Seven of Cups reversed. Jean, you are working on not giving in to dark imagining, on not letting your imagination take you to difficult places, but instead focusing your imagination on your creativity where it belongs. Karen Winkle, how was your week? Page of Swords reversed. I feel like you're getting ready for something. You know, you're working on something. You're doing all of this internal work, and this is good stuff. And eventually that internal will become external. Okay, Lori Hahn, how was your week? Judgment. I feel like you got some big things going on here. I think it's about your healing. I think you are finding your voice. I think you're finding your closure to the past. I feel really good about that, actually. Okay, Avni, how was your week? You're the second one to get this. The Page of Swords reversed, but I'm actually going to give you a different interpretation for it. It feels different for you. I think this week there were some things that you wanted to say, some conversations you wanted to have that you were not able to. I think in the week going forward, you're really going to have to work on finding the time and the space and the energy and the courage to have the conversations you need to have. Shelley, how was your week? The Four of Wands. This is like the happiest card you've had in a long time, but I know why. Because didn't you spend some time with that beautiful new baby this week? So you are really in a place of enjoying the good things, and that is a beautiful thing, and that brings some healing for you. Christina Reed, how was your week? The Knight of Swords. You're so busy. You're doing stuff. You're learning stuff. You're busy. It is good. Thing is, I thought you had some time off here. If you did, you sure did put it to good use. That's all I can tell you. Okay, Alicia Cassie, how are you doing? How was your week? The Queen of Wands. I think you owned this week big time. I think you were creative. I think you were intuitive. I think you were on top of it. Gold star for you. Elizabeth doing a wrap up for Rich. A lot of you who are here very often know that Elizabeth's husband, Rich, works for Publix. Those of you who are not in Florida, Publix is our primary grocery store. There's like a Publix. There's so many Publixes, right? They make the best sandwiches. It's kind of a great grocery store in a lot of ways. Rich is a manager for Publix, which is a difficult job in the best of times. In a pandemic, it's difficult. And so she and I work together to serve him in this way by doing these cards for him. How was his week? Six of Cups reversed. Same old, same old. He got through it. It's all good. It's fine. He knows what he's doing. But there's something else there too, where I feel like he's beginning to figure out who his allies are, who he can count on, and who they're not. So he's learning to be a little more strategic. Rich is such an honest guy, and that's a great thing, but it means he's not always strategic. So there's that. Okay. Anna Smith, nice to see you. Dolores, how was your week? The Emperor, pretty stable, pretty good. You might have spent some time with family or with your community in some way. It feels pretty good, and it feels like you're very well respected by the people around you. Okay, Teresa DeBonis, how was your week? The Devil. Oh my gosh, you might have had a tough week. You might have had a lot you had to do. You might be coming out of the week still with a lot you have to do. You might have had to deal with some difficult things this week. Not easy, but But you got through it and you're still standing, so you did okay. Hey, Hillary O'Brien, haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing well. How was your week? Let's find out. You're the second one to get this. 7 of Cups reversed. You're doing a good job figuring out what is real. You're doing a good job figuring out what's really going on, not giving into dark imaginings, not freaking out about stuff, but figuring out what is true. What is true. Okay. Martha Vink. How was your week? You are like the third person to get this, the Page of Swords reversed. Man, there is this underlying energy in this group about people having a hard time communicating. And Martha, with you, I wonder if you've been writing a paper for school and if that was difficult. I wonder if there's difficult conversations that you need to have with people, if there's something that you want to share with people that you haven't figured out the right time to share or the right way to share. And that certainly comes up for me when I look at your week. Neil, how was your week? King of Pentacles, you're on top of it, dude. Feels like you're working hard, doing what you need to do. You know, it might have been an okay week for you. I know there's been a lot of struggles recently, but this doesn't look too bad, so that's great. Pamela, nice to see you. How was your week? Wheel of Fortune, up, down, up, down, up, down. But seriously, I think you got a lot done. There may have even been some good fortune and some personal and spiritual growth wrapped up in that. So that's all good. Puck Smith, nice to see you. How was your week? Some anxiety this week, some worries, some upsets. This may have been a difficult week in some ways. I'm sorry for that, but you got through it. That's the important thing. Laura, how was your week? The Fool. Man, you really have been working on figuring out what your path is and what your direction is, and you may have gotten some insight to that this week. Erica, how was your week? You're the second one to get this. Judgment. So this is really great. You may have finished some projects. You may have received some congratulations or recognition for work well done. You may have made some important decisions about life changes that you want to make. Very, very good. Anna Smith, how was your week? King of Pentacles, you're the second one to get this. So this is very stable. It looks as though you had a good week. You took care of what you had to do. You showed up for the people around you. You were a good example to the people around you. Very well done. Hermit, nice to see you. How was your week? Oh, that's why so much anxiety, Puck. You had a job interview. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, Hermit. 6 of Pentacles reversed. So that's kind of interesting. This may have been a week where you felt like you weren't getting what you needed or what you deserved, or that you were in a position of having to figure out how much you could or could not be there for someone else. There may be questions about resources, time, money, energy, and figuring that out. So there may have been a lot of logistical questions and questions about resources and boundaries this week. Karen Hendershot, nice to see you. Any insight on how your week really went? Yeah, let's take a look and see. The 7 of Wands. Not an easy week for you, my friend. But here's the thing. You hung in there. You did a good job. You rose above a lot of crap this week. That's what I think you did. And you ended up on top. That's the important thing. Okay, Christine Pettis, so nice to see you. Glad you're here. Ace of Cups. You know, this week, whatever you did it with your whole heart and you did it with your full spiritual intention. And I think there are rewards that come to you because of that. Samantha, how was your week? You're the second one to get this. Anxiety. So I saw this for Puck, and it turns out she had a job interview. What was it for you? What caused you anxiety this week? It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does feel like there were some anxiety producing things this week. Okay. Okay, hey Barrett, so nice to see you. How was your week? Okay, Barrett, Page of Pentacles reversed. Some struggle this week. You got through it. You're doing okay. You need to believe in yourself more. That's the bottom line. And I was asking Christine what was going on with her this week. It's a lighter course load until clinicals start. And you got one of your grad school applications submitted. So that's why the Knight of Swords for you. Totally makes sense. Okay. Lauren Quattrano, my friend, how are you? Six of Swords. This is a great card for you. Sailing towards smoother waters, learning to put logic above emotion. These are exactly the things you need to be doing, my friend. Very good. Okay, Shelley Blair. So we're doing a card for the week that has passed. If you want to ask a question about anything at all, that's for tomorrow when I'll be back with the Saturday Psychic Sampler. So your card for this week, the Emperor, you're like the third person to get this card. Honestly, whatever you got going on, it feels like you are doing your best to show up for yourself and for the people around you the very best way you can. Very well done. Okay, Hillary, I'm trying so hard to do just that. My brain got the better of me for a while, but I'm starting to get on top of it. Yeah, that Seven of Pentacles reverse. That is the whole thing, man. Very good. Hey, Kim Reed, nice to see you. How was your week? King of Pentacles. This is a popular card this day as well. Looks like you got done everything you needed to get done, and you did it in a way that was exemplary. Very well done. Jeanette West, a card for you. So this week, with the Ten of Wands, we really get a sense you did a lot. You had a lot you had to take care of. You had a lot of burdens that you had to deal with, but it looks like you were successful and you got it done. So well done. Okay, Joe Jackson, how are you? So three of Cups for you, Joe Jackson. There may have been some social issues, maybe some friends you wanted to spend time with that you didn't get a chance to, or maybe some social things that did not go as well as you wanted, or maybe you're just longing for a time to spend time with your friends. You need to reach out. You need to reach out to your friends and have some conversations with them. I feel like you need some social interaction. Josh Wilner, so nice to see you. Josh, Knight of Pentacles, hey, good job. You know, it may be taking forever, it may be slow and plodding, but you are moving forward in your job in a very good way, and you really did that this week. Very well done. Pamela Thies, thank you for doing your part to keep my room troll-free. Really appreciate it. Okay. Okay, Claire Carter. The Hermit. So I think this week you really learned a lot. You figured out a lot. You found your own power. You found some wisdom. I am so excited for you, Claire Carter. I think you've got some really good stuff going on. Hey, Missy. How was... Okay, wait a minute. Let's hear what the cards have to say. You have a bone to pick with me? Your friends expect a visit from you and Jay soon, huh? Well, I bet they do. Interesting. You should message me, private message me and talk to me. All right. So what do the cards have to say? So this is a really happy card. 9 of Cups speaks to wishes fulfilled. And even though maybe things are not happening as quickly as you would like or the way that you would like, there are so many good things here and so much to be grateful for. Okay, so from my perspective, I have come to the end of the requests. If you made a request and I accidentally missed you, I apologize. Go ahead and re-ask. If you have not asked for a card and you want one, now is the time. And while I wait to see if there's anyone else, speak now or wait till tomorrow or next week, let me just share a few things with you. First of all, Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet, we have our Cards and Conversation Tarot Meetup. Normally we have this meetup at Panera in Palm City, but as long as the pestilence reigns over the land, we'll be meeting on YouTube. And so please join us. It's free. It's fun. We spend an hour together. We do some readings. We learn some stuff. Lots of fun. That's this Sunday at 4 o'clock. I want to let you know as well that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger. I have time this weekend. Please do reach out. Hey, Sandy Stokey. Oh, so you have a bone to pick with me, Missy, because I was right. Okay, fair enough. I'm allowed to be right. That's good. That makes me happy. Okay, Sandy, how was your week? Temperance reversed. It tried your patience, and you may be waiting for things. I don't know if it's parts or pieces or people or information, getting everything where it needs to be in one spot to make things go forward. I don't know if that's work or home or horses or what that is for you, but not an easy thing, but be patient. All will be well. Okay. Hey, Jeanette, thank you for doing your part. Appreciate it. Leisha, nice to see you. How was your week? 3 of Swords. It looks like some improvement. Not easy, but you got some improvement or some healing to some difficult things. Okay, so I want to remind you about StarCast. StarCast is our podcast celebrating all things StarCon. StarCon, STAARCON. That's the other page here where I am live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and where Amy Mauser is live on Sundays. StarCon is our new annual conference. Our first event will be in January. And we have this podcast called StarCast, STAARCAST. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts, or if you'd like to watch it in video form, go to YouTube and subscribe to the StarCast channel, STAARCAST. We usually drop on Thursdays, and we did yesterday my interview with Gita Rash. Gita is the designer of a brand new Oracle deck. She's going to be speaking at StarCon, and she is awesome. So make sure you check that out. The week before was Nancy Hendrickson. She was great too. And next week, drum roll please, Benabel Wen, one of our headline speakers. So make sure you check it out. And if you haven't seen every episode or listened to every episode of StarCast, by all means, please do. I want to remind you, I have a great premium class coming up on the 27th. We are doing mediumship with tarot, so check that out as well. So we are working things out right now, Pamela. It's very likely that this year StarCon will be online only. We're just making announcements and figuring things out and thinking about technology, so we haven't made a full announcement yet. We will. But 2022, we are planning to be hybrid, in person and online. So we'll have more information about that coming up. And you can always go to the StarCon page, STAARCON.com, and sign up for the StarCon newsletter so you will be the first to know as soon as we make our announcements. Okay. Oh, and Missy, you're so funny. Get a personal reading. I promise she won't be wrong with what she tells you. Well, no one is right 100% of the time, but I do have a pretty good track record. I got to tell you that. All right, so I will be back tomorrow with your Saturday Psychic Sampler. That's the one time of the week that you get to ask any question you want. I'll look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, reach out to me to schedule your reading or your mentorship session. Thank you so very much. Take really good care.